my YouTube channel, #MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be recapping and reviewing episodes 8 and 9, or 7 and 8. 7 and 8 of The Flavor of Love. But before I get too into it, though, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on Movie Bay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well stick around and hit the subscribe button. Especially if you are a fan of throwback reality TV, because I'm feeling like that's my niche right now. That's what it's giving, okay? Ratchet TV and throwback reality. I feel like that's my wave right now. Anyhow, if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. Now let's go ahead and get into this review, y'all. This episode actually starts off with some New York commentary, okay? She talks about her remaining competition and basically how there is none. She says that Pumpkin still needs that facelift, and she accuses Pumpkin and Hoops of being a lesbian couple, and Hoops is the man, as she would so put it. And then she talks about how Goldie can't even hold a candle to her. Now, the flavogram for this episode is when he's going to take two girls on a getaway. And the first two are Pumpkin and Hoops. And of course, y'all know New York has a problem with this, especially because Pumpkin and Hoops, they're going to a spa. And New York and Goldie, they're going to San Diego. Her facial expression is like, excuse me? Now, when Pumpkin and Hoops get around Flav, it's immediate competition. Now, this entire show, Hoops hasn't really been that, like, touchy-feely, affectionate with Flav. But since she's paired up with Pumpkin, someone who kisses Flav every chance she gets, Hoops knows that she immediately has to step up her game. So every time Pumpkin gives him a kiss, Hoops gives him a kiss. During the mud bathing scene, Pumpkin untied Hoops's bathing suit top, and she said she did it to rattle Hoops. However, she knows that Hoops left it off because she had to. It's a competition. Now it is time for the dinner date, and the whole time Flav is speaking in his flavorisms, and Hoops is hip to the lingo, but Pumpkin is sitting there like a lost little white girl. No tea, no shade. So Hoops gets up to go to the restroom, and during that time, Pumpkin slides Flav a note, and she says she could read it an hour later. But the note basically said how she wanted some alone time with him just to prove that their chemistry is more than just a physical one. And with that being said, when Hoops makes her way back to the table, Flav excuses he and Pumpkin, to go have their one-on-one alone time. And Hoops is sitting there looking she looking stupid. Especially because she was about to excuse herself, and Flav told her to sit back down. And then him and Pumpkin got up. I would have been like, yeah, all right, bruh. I fuck with you. Because I ain't about to, no, you're not about to embarrass me. Now it's time for Goldie in New York to go on their date. Like I stated, they're going to San Diego, and they're going to go on a safari. Now, Goldie is another one of the girls that haven't been showing much affection to Flav, but she knows it's the final four, and I got to step it up. So their entire date, they're flirting, they're kissing, and y'all already know New York is just sitting and pouting in a corner. Now it's time for their dinner date, and this scene right here, this scene is when New York and Goldie were, I ain't gonna say they were being fake, but it was like nice nasty, especially New York in her confessional. She was talking about how, you know, Goldie's a cute girl, but cute next to beautiful, beautiful will devour, like, like it's just no competition. New York just knew and exuded that bitchness, like, let's be honest. However, even though both girls looked beautiful that night, like I stated, Goldie knew she had to step it up. So she goes into this long kiss with Flav, and it just throws him off his game. He's mesmerized by Courtney at this moment. They're kissing. She's being affectionate. They're staring in each other's eyes. And all the while, New York is trying to insert herself in conversations, get the attention back on her. But Flav is not stunning her at all. And this is when New York turns into New York. And girl got this knife. It just reminded me of a thin line between love and hate when she was waiting for her birthday. That's what this scene was giving. But in my personal opinion, I feel like New York did a nice job, containing herself, because I would have been pissed. I don't care if I'm fighting for your affection or not. I don't care if it's a competition. I don't care if it's a part of the show. You're not about to sit up here and ignore me while I'm trying to start a conversation with you. You understand what I'm saying? But because Flav is just mesmerized by Courtney, and she says this line specifically, he was like, I don't know, something to the effect of, "Are you feeling me?" And she says, "I can show you better than I can tell you." And when she uttered those words, Flav excused himself and Goldie from the table and left New York sitting there by herself. Now we get to see this one-on-one time between Goldie and Flav, and they're still very, very close. Why are we this close? Why are we this close to each other? But they're flirting, and she's, still being a tease. Okay, you can tell he's trying to get close to her, and she just kind of leans back and smiles. But however, their one-on-one time, the editing, y'all, it's interjected with scenes of New York losing her. Okay, like every time Flav and Goldie kiss, they cut to New York pouting and crying. Then they go back to Flav and Goldie laughing, and they cut back to New York talking about, "I am not going to share my man, especially with a big girl." Now, I just want to, that's what she said, y'all, that's what she said. I did want to make a note about the slight fat shaming this episode especially, but the comments made by New York specifically when it came to Goldie. By early 2000 standards, Goldie would have been considered, a plus size girl. Even by today's standards, she is technically still considered plus size. However, with 2023 in mind, Goldie's body is really giving like IG model. It really is. Like, she has a very nice shape. Now that the romantic getaways are over, Flav contemplates his decision with his remaining girls. He likes a Pumpkin's affection. He thinks oh my God. Oh my goodness. He likes Pumpkin's affection. He thinks Hoops is attractive. New York is territorial in a good and bad way. And then Goldie is just a fun time. So he has a tough decision to make. Now, when the girls get back to the house, Pumpkin, Hoops, and Goldie, they all jump on each other. They talk about who got the one-on-one because they see themselves being in the top 3. Now, New York has noticed that the girls have built a bond, and she's okay with being a lone wolf. And then we get this iconic meme/gif with her sitting in the bed with the shoes on and the sunglasses, just unbothered. It's elimination time, and Flav decides that he's going to give his first clock to Pumpkin because she just loves on him like no one else does. He also gives Hoops a clock, and now it's down to New York and Goldie. New York does get the final clock, and Flav decides to eliminate Goldie. Now, his reason for doing so, he says that, one, Goldie took a long time to, step her game up, to show affection for Flav. And on top of that, she said that line, "I can show you better than I can tell you," which led Flav to believe that she was going to do some showing, but all she did was tell. And he sent her ass home. I'm sorry, y'all. It's funny because when you watch the episode, she was talking that game, you know what I'm saying? And then when it got to them being alone, she wasn't singing that same song. And this is funny because I feel like everybody has done that before. You on text message, you vibing with somebody, you being nasty. And then it's time to get face to face. And it's like, yeah, but I'm really chill though. Like, I ain't really on that today. I'm not in the mood. I was just bored. Let's be honest. Well, that is the end of this episode. If you are enjoying my commentary thus far, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. Now, let's go ahead and get into episode 8, where we meet the girls' parents. Now, at the beginning of this episode, we have Hoops and Pumpkin complaining about how long New York takes to get ready in the morning. And the moment that Flav comes down, who does he give a compliment to? Boom, New York. So y'all gotta take your time and get ready when you trying to chase your man, okay? Now, for this episode, Flav reveals to the girls that he will be meeting their parents and they're already on the way. I wanted to include this scene. Pumpkin was nervous because her mom is white and she might be awkward, kind of like how she was. And that is when Hoops says, "Oh, my mom's white too." And Pumpkin just has this surprised look on her face because, I don't know, I guess if it looks like a duck, then it must be a damn duck. White people so fucking ignorant, bro. Now, Pumpkin's mom is first, and they go to get mani-pedis, and she does have a list of questions, reasonable questions that you would want to ask, anybody who's dating your child, right? However, when they get back to the house, Flav asks her mom, what is her opinion of her being on a dating show? And Pumpkin's mom let it slip that, well, it's not the first time that she's done something like this. And I was like, oh, bitch, not your own mama. Not your own mama put you on blast. So we find out that Pumpkin has also not only been on Blind Date, which we found out last 2 episodes, but she also has been on a multitude of game shows. Ricky Lake, Montel Williams. This girl has been on TV, okay? And that immediately turns Flav off. Now, when Pumpkin gets back to the house, she's talking to New York about the date. And New York is anticipating when it's her turn. And Pumpkin lets her know, oh, Hoops is upstairs getting dressed right now. Her mom's on the way. New York gets up, walks around in circles. Oh my God, you're lying. Tell me you're lying. And Pumpkin's face is like, this bitch crazy. Now, I ain't even gonna hold you. This is the moment where I did agree with Pumpkin because it was like, the dramatics are turned up to a 10 right now, girl. Sit your ass down, New York. So Hoop's mom comes and everybody's like, oh my gosh, no, that's not her mom. That must be her sister. She's so beautiful. And New York makes this comment like, y'all know the artist whose paintings are really, really beautiful from afar, but the closer you get to them, it's like, woo, that's Hoop's mom. This lady has no filter. This lady has no filter. I can see why the girls on season 2 wanted to fight New York so bad at the reunion. I feel like the girls on season 1 reunion should have been mad like the girls at season 2 because New York was talking down. She was talking to these girls like dogs in her confessional, bro. Into their face. First off, Flav look flies right here. I just want to state that. Now, what was important about the date between Hoops, Flav, and Hoops' mom? Hoops' mom was mad inappropriate. And Flav too. All right? So Flav kisses. He kisses Hoops' mom on the cheek, but he told her, I have been waiting all night to do that, and shrugs. And she just starts laughing. Hoops is looking like, bro, what? And at this moment, she shares with us, the audience, that this isn't the first time her mom has had a crush on one of her boyfriends and dated them. I was like, what? The boundaries that are being crossed right here, y'all. But it doesn't stop there. In the car on the way home, Hoop's mom tells Flav, whenever you're in Michigan, we got to link up. I would love to see you again. Hang out, kick it. Then she leans over on him and rests her head on his chest. Then they embrace super duper long before it's time to leave, like they are long lost lovers. When I tell y'all, I was just disgusted. Me and my mom would have had a long talk. And it ain't even the fact that we all know Hoops wasn't really interested in Flav. We know that. It's just the principle. Why has your mom done this before? Why is she so comfortable doing it again? Like, that is wild. Did y'all watch Hoop's show when she was talking? It was her family show on, like, Oxygen a long time ago. I never watched it. I didn't care for Hoops. But if so, was this behavior displayed by her mom? Please drop it down in the comments. I need to know. Like, this is my stomach. I'm disturbed. When Flav gets back from his date, Pumpkin meets him in his room, and she tries to have some alone time with him, but Flav isn't feeling Pumpkin, and it is so clear. He kind of like pushes her off of him, and says he has to go to the restroom. But he also was 100% and was like, "Yo, I'm hooking up with Hoops later on, anyways." I was just like, "Damn!" Like, you can tell Flav was not messing with Pumpkin no more. So the editing does a nice little thing again. When Hoops is on her date with Flav, it is interjected with New York losing her mind. Now here's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to meet Sister Patterson. Now, it all started with Flav keeping them waiting. No tea, I would be annoyed too, especially the moment Sister Patterson sat down, he came downstairs. The second thing was this painting. Sister Patterson considered it blasphemy and wants to know why was he okay with approving this painting being placed in his house. The third thing was Sister Patterson was calling New York fat. She's fat. Oh my God, you're so fat, Tiffany. And Flav saying, well, no, hold on, because I like how she looks. She looks beautiful. Right on Flav's end. But Sister Patterson was looking at him like, boy, if you don't shut up talking to me. The fourth issue was finding out that Flav is 45, 46 years old. Sister Patterson literally said, that's old. But even New York's dad was like, yeah, you kind of up there, ain't you? Before they even got to the date, Flav said, yeah, I've reached my limits with trying to impress Sister Patterson, so I'm going to just keep all my focus on the dad, and they go play tennis. Meanwhile, while the guys are playing tennis, and by the way, Sister Patterson said, don't take it easy on them, Alex. But while the guys are playing tennis, New York is trying to convince her mom that I love him and that she wants to marry Flav and possibly have his kids. And Sister Patterson is like, ever, never, ever, never, ever. Don't say that. Ever, ever again, Tiffany. Ever, Tiffany. When I tell y'all, Sister Patterson was disgusted by the thought of her daughter really wanted to be with this 45-year-old man. She just literally could not stand it. But like a supportive mom, you just got to let your kids learn on their own. And Sister Patterson said that she's going to be praying for her. And the moment New York walks away, she tells Alex she's making the biggest mistake of her life. And they get in the car. Now it is truly the time that we all have been waiting for. We're here at the final three. And this episode, it was a non-brainer. Hoops was the only one that didn't have a bad date. Now, Pumpkin is eliminated. And it's simply because she did not tell Flav that she was on Blind Date. I don't even think he cared about the other shows. But the fact that Hottie was eliminated for being on Blind Date, and you had the opportunity to tell him that same day that you two had been on TV instead of lying, you chose not to. Well, not lying. I would say withholding the truth. You chose not to. And with that, she's eliminated. However, instead of leaving gracefully and giving Flav a hug, she chooses to walk right past him as she continues to argue how she's not fake, she's not here for TV. That, referring to New York, is the actress. And New York is like, excuse me, are you trying to address me? So they're going back and forth. Pumpkin decides that, you know what, in the midst of this argument, I decide I want to go give Hoops a hug goodbye. And Hoops tells her, don't do nothing. Keep your cool. I love you. I'll see you later. And we all know that one person, when you arguing with somebody, you try to find a way to get close to them. Pumpkin was using Hoops to get close to New York. And after she gave Hoops that hug, she turns to New York and says, I can actually smack you since I'm going home. And we all know New York. Do it. Do it. Smack me. And watch what's going to. And this nasty, burnt, bleached, damaged, bad-built, old-looking, man-face-ass, foot-face-ass bitch had the nerve to form her lips to spit on this beautiful black queen. When I tell y'all I wanted nothing more than for New York to fuck this bitch up. Now, rewatching this scene, I noticed some things that I have never noticed before, and I'm going to point them out to you. First and foremost, it's production. How dare you? How dare you stop New York from fucking this bitch up? And instead of reprimanding the person who spat on this girl, you have the nerve to point your finger at her, telling her to no, stop. Oh yeah, protect the bitch. How dare you? Second thing I noticed, not Hoops back there laughing, yo. Laughing. You think this is funny, yo? And then her confessional had the nerve to say that New York deserved it. Nobody deserves that. That is the ultimate disrespect. That's that other side of you showing, bitch. Then you got this bitch playing victim. Bitch, what is you crying for? What is you crying for? Very fitting. Very fitting. All I gotta say is that Flav was the realest nigga on the set when he said, get her out of here. She gotta go. Now you gotta go. Flav was so disgusted by that behavior, bro. And he was the only one. I really, really, really wanted Flav to let New York go for that bitch. I really did. Anyways, the rightful two got their clock. I don't know. I really lost respect for Hoops after I saw that. Like, just get the fuck out of here, bro. You lame as hell. Anyways, woosah. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned for goddamn, y'all. I am pissed. Like, I just got spat on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more videos just like this. Next up will be the season finale along with the reunion. I'm going to combine those two. So make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned for when I drop it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.